Hello, how you guys doing today? As I usually say, hey, welcome in. I'm gonna give you a few seconds for people to jump on the live. If you do, please leave a comment, saying where you're from. Are you having nice weather? Are you having a good day? Are you having a good week, month, year? Blah blah blah. Hopefully, you're having a great day. Um, then as I usually say, while we wait, I want to talk about something real quick. A lot of people are using AI wrong. Um, So sorry, a lot of people are using AI wrong. Not trying to tell you that you're doing something wrong, but what I am saying is, if you put in a prompt and you didn't get the type of answer you would have liked, just know that you could have gotten the answer you would have liked. And in order to do that, you just have to understand how to prompt, um, and or someone would have to give you a prompt. So you have to either learn or have access to have access to something that can give you the prompts to get the results you want, right? So another way to put this is, uh, let's say they're typing basic prompts and getting basic answers and saying AI doesn't work for them. Well, the thing is that's like buying a gym membership and only using the parking lot. Now, what I do when I teach at Promptify is prompt engineering. That sounds complicated, but it literally just means knowing how to talk to AI, so it gives you something you can actually use. Today I'm going to show you in a topic, and by the end of this, you'll be able to do this yourself in about 5 minutes. And everything I show you is inside Promptify, and the link is in my bio. So um, today, what I'm going to talk about is um, let's just talk about some general ideas regarding this that I can kind of use as an intro sentence to describe what I'm about to talk about. So make a research plan before asking for an answer, or the AI research step I do before I trust a summary, right? So um, let's talk about gathering information um, before getting to like a next step, right? Uh, so here's the thing: I ask AI to explain a topic, um, and I make it tell me what I would need, uh, what would need to be checked, right? So let's say that whether you're aware that, let's say that you're trying to get information, and maybe you have awareness that you don't have all the bases covered with everything you need to know about it, or you just don't, maybe might not know if there's anything else to know about it. Obviously, you know, you might be aware that, you could learn about something and you probably didn't learn everything you need to know about it within like, a page of writing, or you might be aware, but what's happening is you're trying to just make sure that you grasp a overall or more thorough understanding of it, or maybe you want to seek more information that help you with your research paper, or help you understand what you need to know so that you can then implement this information, uh, so that you're not there's no blank spaces, or there's not information that needed to be there that's left out. You're just covering all the bases, right? Let's say that's the general thing. Um so so here's the thing, right? Like I said, before I ask AI to explain the topic, I make them tell me what would need to be checked. Now, let me just do this real quick. So here's the thing: AI can help me structure research. It cannot make a claim reliable just because a sentence sounds smooth. Um, so, and that's another thing as well. Obviously, I'm not trying to patronize you at all. Like, you already know this. Like, just because something sounds smooth does not mean it's true, or does not mean it's accurate. It does not mean it's even relevant, because that's why scammers exist. There's people out there who don't need to be real. They don't need to have any accuracy. They don't need to even be telling the truth, and they can get people to believe them, and even literally extract money from people, simply because they can just sound smooth or sound believable, and gain trust without actually needing to be trustful, right? So let's like not even be in that realm at all, especially with AI. Not saying AI is bad, but what I am saying is like, yeah, there's things could be done incorrectly that could cause more harm than good. Um, so here's the thing, right? So before I ask for a summary on a topic that matters, I use a smaller first step. I ask for a research plan. The plan does not answer the question, it breaks the question into things a real source would need to confirm. Right? Whether you are gonna ask AI to do further research or whether you're gonna do it like you're giving yourself guidelines on like what you should know, right? Or what is very helpful and useful to know. Uh, so here's the thing. Uh, so like I said, so before I ask for a summary on a topic that matters, it's small stuff first. I ask for a research plan. The plan does not answer the question. It breaks the question into things a real source would need to confirm. So for this demo, I'm using a simple business question. What should a new freelancer include in a client onboarding process? I'm not asking the tool to tell me the right legal, financial, or industry answer. I'm asking it to list the decisions I need to make, the information I need to collect, and the source types I should review, right? So here's the output. Um, Notice that it separates general workflow questions from things that must be checked for my own location or client type. That is useful because it tells me where I can help with structure and where I need an official source, contract guidance, or a qualified professional. Then I take the source list and do the real checking. I can paste verified notes back later and ask for ask for a plain language summary, but I do not skip the middle step. This makes workflow slower by a few minutes and safer by a lot. By safer, that could mean no issues, whether, like, let's say you have a contract to work with somebody as a freelancer, right? Safer could mean there's no refunds, there's no dispute over it, there's no lawsuits, there's no bad review, and if it is, they try to type in a bad review, that can be taken down and not even applicable, and blah blah blah. Because what happens is you had everything straight on your end before you even started, and that's why it's good to actually So this is a very specific thing talking about onboarding. Really, in general, like, and this is like side business consulting advice, is really what you're doing is you're saying, hey, listen, you initially said that you're interested in what we have to offer and you're even interested in buying. So let's go through the process of making sure that you understand everything that we're going to do for you, and you're okay that you're going to be paying this amount of money, or there's things you have to do from your end, and we're going to agree on this, and then we're going to start. But let's make sure we're all on the same page about every single thing, whether that, and you will bring up everything that we have on our end that's negotiable or not, and you bring up everything on your end that's negotiable or not, and everything has to agree before we even start, right? Now, if all that's lined up, and then we do everything from our end, yeah, we're gonna be protected. If something happens, we're protected because we did everything from our end. And so you if you feel some type of way, okay, fine, but let's not even let that happen. Actually, be the real deal and get the thing done or whatever. But like, let's say that there's something needed on their end and they didn't do that, then it's really based on the contract and based on the agreement. It's now their fault that it didn't work, right? But you're protected. That's why something like this is very important. This is just a specific example, but I'm just getting a little bit further in depth with just some extra consulting on how that works, right? So that would be like done on a call or I don't know, like in a messenger, and you guys are making sure you agree on stuff, and I don't know how far, where are you signing a contract somewhere or something like that? Like, do you have a website? I don't know. All right, but that's just to make everything safe, and then you just do exactly what you're supposed to do, and you're fine, right? So here's the thing. Let's get to the next point. So here, um, so I left off with talking about where you would okay. I can help with structure and where I need an official source or contract guidance or qualified professional. Then I take the source list and do the real checking. I can paste verified notes back in later, and I ask for a plain language summary, but I do not skip that middle step. I already did say that. This makes the workflow slower, but by a few minutes, but safer by a lot. Safer literally by permanent safe. Literally. Like, there's literally nothing that should happen to you. Literally safe. Unless you just allowed yourself to get scammed somehow. I don't know. So more importantly, it gives a document I can reuse, a list of questions instead of answers I cannot face. Excuse me, instead of answers I cannot trace. You or AKA in the most general way put, to the point where it might even sound too general for this, but you have your facts straight, so you know you're not in la la land about what's going on. You're in reality about what's going on, and that's all you need, right? So here's the thing, right? I'm gonna put the prompt on the screen. I did some explaining of what the prompt said, but I haven't shown it to you. So I'm gonna put it in ChatGPT right now. Make sure that it's filled in with whatever information it would need from me extra, if applicable, and then it's gonna show you the result for that prompt. All right, ready? So I have the prompt right here. I'm going to zoom out and then show you the result from that prompt. Might have to zoom in a little bit to see it clearly, but I'll zoom in a little bit myself to help. So prompts at the top in the gray box, and then the result for that prompt is me scrolling down. Now, if you'd like access to high quality prompts like this and more, you can find them inside Promptify, and it's free to start, and the link is in the bio. Also, if anything I said has helped you in this video, that is amazing, and I hope you have a great day.